where I had the pleasure of speaking to General Manager Musonza. Among the lodge's many attractions is the Boma, a truly unique and immersive cultural dining experience. Musonza sheds light on the captivating traditions and flavours that await visitors at this renowned restaurant, attracting hundreds of tourists each day. Let's take a look. As we wrap up what's been an absolutely amazing day here in Victoria Falls, where we've looked at all sorts, been to a number of properties, we now ended up with dinner at the Boma, and Musonza is the general manager of the group, and he's going to walk us through what the Boma is all about and what it stands for. And I appreciate you speaking to us. Can you talk to us about the concept behind the Boma?
Really, the Boma, thanks Hugo for this conversation. The Boma is basically us trying to showcase our Zimbabwean culture, how we live in our communities, in our villages, our eating, our arts, our entertainment, and what you would be able to expect when you go into a village. So you can see as you're coming in, you're given these wrappers, which you call chitenge or Zambia. So all the ladies in the community, they use this as a multifaceted garment. You either use it to carry your kids, to carry any luggage you want to carry, to wrap it around. So it's a very useful tool. So we're basically trying to showcase this to the rest of the world, that as Zimbabwe, we have such a diverse culture, which is infused into food, arts, entertainment, and the general living of the people here. So basically that's where the Boma concept is. And it's about also community, eating together. We always eat together in our culture, in our communities, normally around a fire. So you sit around a fire and you share a meal. And then you have elders telling stories, young people reminiscing on what their experiences have been for the day. So you will see a lot of that in each of the aspects that we offer here at the Boma.
Now you talk about storytelling, so
yes.
While there wasn't an actual storyteller within the Boma this evening, what we did witness was a number of activities that speak to different facets of the African or the Zimbabwean culture.
Yes. You will notice Zimbabwe has got quite diverse cultural ethnic groupings. So we try to pick each of those ethnic groupings and showcase a little bit of that, so that anybody who comes into Victoria Falls, we want them to live with a little bit of Zimbabwe, to say, I interacted with the Ndebeles, I interacted with the Nambias, with the Tongas, with the Shonas, through what we would have offered in the Boma. That's basically one of the concepts there.
What I also found interesting is that there are a number of individuals that are selling their wares, all sorts of arts and crafts. Is that part of the Shona or Zimbabwean culture?
It's part of the Zimbabwean culture. Go to every village as a pastime. You find elders are teaching the younger generation a lot of art, be it painting, be it stone sculpturing or wood sculpturing. So this is also part and parcel of our culture, but it's also an economic activity for the elderly and for the young people. And a lot of people are earning a living out of the art.
You told me an interesting story about two of the individuals that were sculpting in wood.
Yes.
Just scared to tell our viewers about that, how that individual got the opportunity to be a part of this business.
It's a great story, actually. You know, as a business, we're very strong at conservation. So we're looking at protecting the wildlife, which you see here roaming freely, warthogs, impala, etc. But we are also about protecting the trees and the birdlife. So the original wood carvers in the Boma were actually caught as wood poachers within our estate. And instead of sending them to jail, we actually took them and said, you can earn a living by doing this officially, where you get permits to be able to harvest wood that you'll be able to use to carve your art. And this is exactly how it started. So these guys were actually being rehabilitated to be turned from being wood poachers into artists that can do it officially. So it has become a generational issue. As you can see, the guys that are here, these are people that are children of the original people that were working here. And also they're sending the message out there that we can live sustainably from the environment by looking after it and doing things properly in a regulated manner.
Now, during dinner, I noticed that almost all seats were taken. You have capacity for 350 guests.
Yes.
Right? Now, what is it that attracts so many people every night to the Boma?
You see, when you come to a destination, there is that unique thing that speaks for that destination. The Boma is one such. you will notice that it's also very convenient that it's done in the evening. So people would have done all their activities, they are relaxed, and there is that unique thing that is a signature event for the destination, and the Boma is that. And you will be also surprised, Hugo, that some of the people here would have come as far as Zambia. They will cross the border, come through, enjoy the Boma, and cross back to Zambia after their dinner. And most of those guests do not necessarily stay with us in our hotel here. They will be staying all over Victoria Falls. So this is really a product for the destination. It's a must-do activity for the whole destination.
But Arnold, before we wrap up, you must talk to us about the cuisine, about the food that everybody is exposed to and gets a chance to eat in the Boma.
You see, this is also the nice part about the Boma, that we are trying to showcase our Zimbabwean cuisine, obviously prepared at an international level where internationals can enjoy it. You saw everybody was there. It's all the nationalities. It's almost United Nations assembly here. So we're trying to say this is what we eat in our homes, but you can also cook it at a higher standard level. And please taste what we offer as Zimbabwe in terms of culinary experience. And as you know, one of the highlights, which you promise you're going to take care of, is our mopani worm, which is our signature dish. Everybody who tries that worm walks away with a certificate, which means you will have graduated from the Boma after eating our traditional Zimbabwean cuisine.
Arnold Musonza, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Well, we did it all. We were out at the Boma in Victoria Falls. Great cuisine, great culture. Unfortunately, I'm walking away without the certificate because I dare not try that mopani worm. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405 in Victoria Falls, I'm Hugo Ribatika.